got the Texans fan better podcast.
Jim Bridge, Fifth Ward Crenshaw.
You know the best out there.
Keno, Fuck Diggity 713.
To all my Texans Nation. If you feeling good, I want you to throw them H's up high. Yeah, like that. I see you. Let's swarm. Yeah, Houston, Texas, born and raised. Yeah, that's where I'm from. The best city in the state. Yeah, we stay turned up. There's excitement in the air for the Houston Texans.
Yes, sir.
We swarming all year, causing havoc, we wrecking. Coming off that edge, we got 5-5-5-1. Team on the outside, locking down your number one. All about the swarm mentality. And the H, standing on business is the way we operate. I rep that 7 like CJ, that 1 like Diggs, that 3 like Dell. H-time we doing it big, you know that 12 out here, and don't you never forget, better pick your poison, cause we got Joe in the midst. We rock that battle red, still blue, Liberty white, H-time blue, drip galore, man, we so fresh, fire like the field. Shout out to the whole squad, chasing greatness, eyes on the prize, one goal, it's time to take it.
Let's get it.
Throw them H's up, throw them H's up, now you throw them H's up, throw them H's up, we throw them H's up, throw them H's up, let's show love for them Texans, cause them Bulls about to perform. Throw them H's up, throw them H's up, now you throw them H's up, throw them H's up, we throw them H's up, throw them H's up, let's show love for them Texans, cause them Bulls.
Yo, welcome back to the Texans Fan Battle Podcast. I'm your host for the night. I'm back and better than ever, Fifth Ward Crenshaw. And we got the crew here tonight. We don't got everybody, but they here in spirit. I guess Keno just had a little technical difficulty, so we'll get back to him. I got my A1 since day one, Mr. Chef Briggs. Talk to him.
What is going on, fellas? Blessed to be here.
Blessed to be here. And we have the newest father of the group, Mr. Kenneth the Messenger. Talk to him.
What's good? What's good, everybody?
What's good? We supposed to have Mr. Blessings here later, so when he gets in, he'll just jump on and pause. But let's get right off into it, fellas. So, it's been Texans news shit every day. From signings to good, signings to bad. This draft month, coach been on his little talk theory. With the little coaches meeting they have and everything. So I know we talked about a lot of things that we've done, but since this is draft month, I want to talk about drafts. What positions in the draft that we really need to take a look at, and what's a position in the draft that no one is talking about, Mr. Kenneth?
Me personally, Crenshaw, you know how I feel. I want a receiver. The thing about it though is I don't think this draft is that deep as far as for us to take a receiver in the first round. But if we do take a receiver in the first round, I'll be fine with it. But I will say, as far as like what positions that nobody is paying attention to, I mean, you could go to the defense as far as D tackle. Like you have some people that saying we need to draft for D tackle, but not a lot of people are saying that because, of course, like we are more focused on the offense because we like, all right, dang, like we loaded on the defensive side. So, Nick, we got to be drafting our offense, which I can kind of see that. But at the same time, I see us taking at least 1 or 2 defensive players, at least, because I do see us taking receiver, running back, definitely some linemen. So I can definitely see that the first 3 picks, I think they're going to be offense. And then after that, this draft seems kind of deep when it comes to the deep tackles. But it all depends. Like if somebody's there at 25 that's legit and they feel like, hey, we need him, I can see them taking him. At the end of the day, I think Nick going to go best player option. So, I mean, best player available. So, yeah, I mean, whatever happens, happens. I'm just excited for the draft. It definitely came a little quick and just can't wait till that Thursday.
Big pause.
You know what I'm saying? The end of the dog on that. What did I say?
Big pause on that one.
Yeah.
Big pause.
Pause, y'all. Pause. But yeah, y'all know what I mean.
I was waiting
Yeah.
for Crenshaw to say it. So I was
I
like,
mean, I mean, I was really gonna say his name. I said it's like you be doing, but I just left it alone. And he said King. But um, so okay, now I know you mentioned that before in the chats and everything about offense. Because I think you say that you think it's gonna be an offensive draft because you feel like that we did a lot on defense of picking up players and everything. So that's what you really want. You want them just to go all offense, just get loaded up with weapons, and see what happens in training camp, who wins those battles and everything.
For sure. But at the same time, like we got to take at least one or two offensive linemen. I don't care
Hmm.
if you take one with that second pick in the second round, cool. But hopefully a running back is being taken in the third round. Regardless, I think the first three picks should be offensive players. Two of them need to be weapons. And I'm talking about legit weapons, not no well, we'll see what he do when he get here type stuff. Like basically I would say like Jordan from last year, like that type of level of weapon. Like he got to be better than that. Like he got to come in and be ready to play the first year type thing and make an impact the first year because we need guys. Me personally, I'm moving on from Damian Pierce. That's just me. I don't know how other fans feel, but we need to find that other running back that can be a 1-2 punch with Joe. That's just me personally. But at the same time, people can make an argument that, hey, this is a new system. Damian Pierce could look better with Nick Haley. But at the same time, I feel like we need that guy that's a dual threat at the running back position that can catch and that can run and, help out Joe Missy.
Okay, now what about the guys we have on the roster already? The running back that we drafted last year, and the other running back that we got, the undrafted guy that got hurt, that made the team. What's his name? Matt. He made the
Brooks.
team.
Brooks.
Yes, yes. I think is it Kenneth Brooks?
British.
No, no, no.
British
It's
Brooks.
something
British Brooks.
else.
Yes.
British, yeah.
So okay, so Brooks and what's the rookie we had last year? What's his name?
Jordan.
Jordan.
Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
How do you feel about those two guys coming back in this system? You think they'll make a difference, or we still should draft a running back and see what goes
I
from there?
think we should still drop the running back. That's just me. I feel like they was cool, but I didn't see enough from Jordan. And of course, like we can say he didn't have that much opportunities. And at the same time, that can fall on him because that running back two was open for anybody to grab it. We being totally honest. What's his name? Derek was getting opportunities, and it's like he's really not the running back two that we really want. And Damian Pierce was barely on the field, of course, due to injury. But we thought that he was going to take that next step and solidify him being running back two, but he didn't.
We should have got rid of Cam Makers. He should have been the number
That
two.
was the confusing thing. I didn't understand that.
But
I didn't understand that.
Yeah. We definitely can't go into the season and just relying on Joe. I mean, I know Joe be like, "Hey man, give me them reps, man, give me them reps." But we gotta,
right, yeah.
yeah, we gotta have a 1-2 punch. That's the only way to survive this season, and then you can use Joe more down the stretch. Playoff time come around. But Joe was actually pretty good for us last year. Like really, really, really good. It's kind of like,
And with
why,
with missing games too, right? Like he missed
yeah.
3 or
It's
4 games. So
it's almost like why did the Bengals let him go to pick up a guy that isn't on his level? So it's kind of a head scratching move because he's not really making that much money unless they were just thinking about, okay, we got to pay these two guys. But still, he could have been on the team last year and they still could have paid Chase and T Higgins. So I don't understand what's going on with that right there. So Matt, okay, so same question for you, man. Draft's coming up. Like I said, I know you didn't got to ask this question so many times, you thought about it so many times. What position at 25 that we need to hit, man? Like what position you want them just to go? Because at that position, at that number, you want a starter. You don't want a guy that's gonna come in and compete. You want a guy that you know that hey, he's better than what we got right now.
so this is where y'all gonna probably disagree with me. Like this first time since 2002, the Texans have been in a spot where we can go best pick available, where everybody is good enough where we don't need a guy to come be a starter. We don't need a guy to come We need that position filled. We need that solidified right now. Because I'm putting the faith in Nick Coley. I'm putting faith in Popovich and D'Amico Ryans to get the scheme right. So, because how many times did we talk about last year, Keno? Quit riding people up in the bunt set. Quit having the receivers going 90 yards out and then making a move. Like, the scheme was the big problem last year. So now, if we get the scheme right, who knows what we have? And everybody, I'm tired of seeing Nick Cassero can't put an offensive line together. What happened his CJ Stroud's rookie year? It was a top 15 line. Who put that line together? And what was that line put together with? Makeshift offensive lineman. What did we do to this year? Makeshift offensive line. So the biggest thing we need to do is get best pick available, and it seems like they're doing on the offensive line, is make people battle for the positions. No, but Kenyon Green, nope, your position is not sold. Let me tell you, your position, like you got to get your position by battling it out. That's what we need. I agree with Kendall. Like, go get a running back that makes. Don't get me wrong, Joe Mixon's a star. He is RB1, but go get somebody that make him work for it. My thing, what a lot of people ain't talking about, Crenshaw. A lot of people ain't talking about DTs and all that, but are we sold on the linebackers? As these get suspended, like I get pussy every other week, and then like Henry T's good, but is he that good where we don't have to worry about it? And everybody is up in arms with EJ Speed, but the dude can't cover. So we're just gonna sit back and say that's okay. Like our biggest problem last year was linebackers covering what? Amar St. Brown, Jefferson. So we're gonna put EJ Speed on those guys? Like, is that what we're really gonna do here? So I think we need a linebacker. I can't think of the guy. He's predicted to go 15 to 20. But that linebacker, that's that top 15 player, if he comes to 25, take a gamble on him. Get a linebacker. What's going to hurt getting the defense stack? I mean, yeah, it'd be great to get some offensive weapons. But, again, people are going to get cut after the draft. People are going to come available for trade after the draft. And we got all next year's comps to make a trade. So I think right now, just sit back and see where the cards fall. We shouldn't be in a hurry to go and get a guy that we think is going to be a starter now. Just let the coaching and the front office staff cook. They've done it so far. 2 years. Nobody would tell me that 2 years ago they saw us win back-to-back division champions. Nobody saw that. So you got to trust the process. Got to trust the front office. They'll get us there.
So yeah, so Matt, you really on some different shit because you said linebacker and we didn't pick up like 40 linebackers and you still say we need a linebacker. Okay, that's different. Yeah, I mean that you're thinking outside the box and everything, and like you say, it doesn't hurt or whatever. On the defensive side, I'm thinking that we should get a defensive tackle if anything we're going to get. But hey, that's different right there.
But I also said best pick available, just like
Yeah,
I
you
told
did.
Garrett on the thing. So if I can't think of the linebacker, I'll do some research now. But that linebacker that's supposed to be a top 15 pick, Boston 25. I mean, you got to take a gamble. You know what I mean? If Grant it falls to 25, take your gamble and get the defensive tackle. Whoever is the best pick available, you got to go get it. It's not a pick that we need to become a star, is what I'm saying. It is somebody that can do competition and get right for the team.
All righty. Well, welcome in. He's on CP time right now, and
Part of the crew.
We got
What's
Mr.
going on, fellas?
Houston Stressing's in the house. He's blessing. What's up, man?
Always blessing, man. Yeah, I got lucky. My daughter went down a little quicker tonight, so I was able to get on sooner than I thought. So I'm happy it worked out, man.
Already, man. We just sitting here talking about, we talking about the draft and everything, and who we want and everything. Matt talking about linebacker and Kenneth, he want to go all offense and everything. And I know we touched on it a little bit on your show yesterday. And I'm pretty sure, like I say, you could ask this question every day, all day, but it could change. It could change. So um what what position do we really need to attack, and what position do you think that it won't hurt to grab a guy to fill in that void for this upcoming season?
Real quick before he go, it's Jahad Campbell from Alabama who's I'm talking about.
Yeah,
He's he's the top 15, top 20.
and Jalen Walker's another linebacker too
Yeah,
that
I
could
think he
fall.
could
That's
go top 10, but if he comes to 25, you definitely take a pick on him. But yeah, I think he's gone in the first 10. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, you're good, man. Yeah, for me, like for the draft, I mean, I know like people talk about theories or approaches and best player available is like a common one. And I posted a clip today of the Casario interview with Mark Vandermeer, and of course when he talks he'll give you kind of vague answers, but you could basically extrapolate from what he said is that's what he thinks. But what I think they do and what I would do personally is I think it's a mixture of best player available and need. And there's really only three positions that are like big needs, which we kind of touched on our various interviews yesterday, which obviously O line, receiver, and then interior D line. So for me, any of those three getting addressed in the first 3 rounds in any variety is fine. I feel like the three of them have enough guys in the first 3 rounds. If you get interior defensive line, like if Kenneth Grant with Michigan falls to 25 and you take him, I feel like you can still get a good receiver and O lineman, multiple O linemen in the second and third. If Matthew Golden falls to 25, I feel like you can still get, there's still the guy Alfred Collins from UT. You can get in the second as interior defensive line, and you can still get receivers in the third or fourth round. So that's kind of my approach. And I guess we all say this too, and Casario will say this too. I mean, and D'Amico has said it, this week at the meetings. I mean, you try to plan for it and it really never goes the way you plan. And we're trying to guess how it's going to go for them, but like they don't even know. I mean, teams always do crazy stuff. Guys fall or, maybe trading. Obviously, Casario is a madman. If he sees value on something, he'll pull the trigger. But I want to see those three positions addressed. I think overall, it's best to, if you had to pick which one to emphasize, obviously I would pick offense for the most obvious reason would be we have more needs there, receiver and O-line. But my other part of that logic is the fact that D'Amico Ryans is a defensive mastermind guru, amazing coach, and we've seen what he's done. He can do less with more. He can bet on his coaching on that side of the ball. He can get guys in the third, fifth round and turn them into Pro Bowl level talents. I mean, Henry To'oTo'o. I mean, you go back to San Francisco, Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, guys that are third, fifth round picks that he maximizes their talent. And also, I mean, you look at free agency. I know it's different than draft, but like interior defensive line, like the guys that he gets are just no name veteran guys on the cheap, and they outperform their contracts. So kind of that same logic can be done with the draft. And I think it's twofold. I think it's his coaching, and I think he has a specific scheme where he can find guys that maybe one team wouldn't be able to utilize in the right way, but he could. So that's my long-winded answer. It's offense and kickback defense, but I would not be mad at defensive tackle at 25 either.
And I just said linebacker because, like I said, Aziz has a penalty problem. He got suspended. We all agree it was a bogus suspension, but he got suspended. So and Henry did a great job, but he also hurt us on some spots. And then EJP, you want him to put coverage when we know we put linebackers coverage. So I'm just saying, if the talent at linebacker falls to us, like I said, Campbell and Carter, both of them, if they fall to a 25, I mean, can you imagine D'Amico with that type of linebacker prospect? We never seen it. Same thing with, like we said a couple of weeks ago, we never seen him with a high-level defensive tackle prospect. Like you just said, Garrett, we always seen guys that are veterans. Tim Soto, Sheldon Rankins,
Mario Edwards.
yeah, D'Amico Autry. I mean, the list goes on and on. We never seen him work his magic with the top level prospect. So that's why I said we're in the perfect position where we don't have to go for a need. We can go for a best pick available.
Yeah, and linebacker too. I mean, like, normally I would say like, no, that's crazy. Like they would never do something like that. But I feel like my whole like perception on what they will and won't do has changed. Like like in my opinion, D'Amico Ryans has like gone scorched earth. Like ever since that Kansas City loss, like that opening press conference afterwards, like he let it like he was always the nice guy and like would be loyal and wouldn't bench this veteran, wouldn't fire Bobby. And then he basically like says like I'm gonna evaluate Bobby, and he fires Bobby. And then since then he cut Shaq Mason, somebody we thought he might not do. He traded Laramie Tunsil as best player. So like to me, like I feel like he's pressed like the urgency button. Like he knows that window, the rookie window of CJ Stroud is closing, and it's getting smaller and smaller. And like he's all the way in, bro. I mean, trading and getting CJ Gardner Johnson. So like now I think anybody's expendable. So to your point, Matt, like if a linebacker does fall, like shit, he could take him and then all right, well, now we have too many. All right, I'm gonna trade Christian Harris. I'm gonna trade this guy. Like I feel like he's not afraid to do that. I mean,
and thank you for reminding me. Where's Christian Harris been all last season? So like he since he got here, he has not played a healthy season. So that just adds to the more reason that we could go linebacker, but I'm not saying we have to.
yeah, it's tough. And people can rebuttal too. Like, we run a 4-2-5 defense. So it's like our base defense, and we run it more than anybody in the league. But, basically you play essentially only two linebackers most of the game unless you have injuries. So, it's hard. I think you keep like 6, maybe 7 on roster on the 53-man roster. Right now, we're right at that number where we're at. Like, I already think the writing is on the wall for Christian Harris before potentially taking a guy, honestly. And I know it's a tough topic, and like I've been kind of like insinuating it, like, and I look at it from like a lot, kind of like Crenshaw was saying the other day, like he tells you what he thinks regardless of like emotion. But like I've been looking at it from a logical perspective, like when I've been going through like salary cap numbers and like who makes sense to move on from. Like he's a guy financially that makes sense to move on from. To your point, like what happened last year? I mean, he had the injury thing, and then like a lot of people keep saying that, but he was back for 5 weeks, bro. Like if you're back, you're back. Like I get you may not be 100%, but like if you're not healthy, they're not going to throw you out there in the NFL to get hurt again. And then with that being said, the last 2 games, the biggest 2 games of the year in the playoffs, he was a special teamer, bro. Like he didn't play any snaps on defense. Like we're just going to ignore that and just say it was all injury. Like I'm going off of what D'Amico's telling me. And then there was reports too, when free agency started, he was interested in signing Dre Greenlaw. And I was like, why would we do that? We have Christian Harris. And then we signed EJ Speed. It's like, okay. Like just because, and I feel like there's like an emotional connection. And I agree. Like I'm guilty of that viral clip when he had that badass play, and we've just seen the flashes. So we like are emotionally attached to him, but like it's not allowing us to like fairly evaluate like, hey, maybe they are thinking about moving on.
Yeah. We got the goggles on. We're focused on one thing instead of the bigger picture.
And that's and to be clear, like I don't want to get it misconstrued. This is not me hating on him. I love him. I want him to play. I'm just going off of what I think is going on. That's it.
No, I never wrong with that. Crensaw's been on the same boat with you. What you just said, Crensaw's been saying all year.
I mean, ain't no wrong with that, man. Best ability is availability, man. So now, it seemed like Nick is the type of person that might trade back from 25. Have any one of you guys thought about him trading out of 25, and we don't have a day 1 pick, just pick up more day 2, day 3 picks, or you think Nick is going to make a pick this go around?
I can see it. You know why I can see it? Because just say we do trade out of 25. Like this draft is, like I said, this draft is not deep with receivers as far as like that's willing for like we should take in the first round. Like we can get a guy in the second round. So I can see him trading from 25. Like a Trey Harris, like Crenshaw, you say all the time. We can trade out of that first round, get another second or 2, or whatever the case may be. And maybe a second this year and a second next year, and something like that, whatever the case may be. And I can see him finessing like he did last year. I wouldn't be mad at it. It just depends on who's there at 25 or who's there at 24. And you like, man, let's just trade back. I wouldn't be mad at it because at the end of the day, it's about getting the best players that's available. So We all know we need to get some more offensive line play. Need some more receiver play. So the best thing to do, get more pitch. Why not?
I know you and Keno are totally against it, Crenshaw, but I heard on the stream yesterday when we were talking to Honcho, Garrett is pro Greg Zabel just like I am. If you can trade back and get two more second rounders and get Greg Zabel there, I mean that, and then who knows, Nolan, Nolan, the defensive tackle, he might be there, like from Ole Miss, like it's hit. I mean, you just went 2 for 2, so I could see that, but I could also see another type of not saying as far as the third pick overall, but I could see Nick Casario make another trade like he did for Will Anderson. If there's a guy up there, like maybe 10 spots up at the 15 spot, and they're saying, hey, that's a home run guy, I can see Nick doing it. Just like Garrett said, the window's closing fast on CJ Stroud's rookie year. And not just his, Will Anderson. If we want to keep both of them, we're going to have to pay them. So we're going to have to win now. So I can see it happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Everybody thinks they know Nick Casario.
Yeah,
Nobody knows
you're
Nick
not
Casario.
gonna
He's a
know
wild
draft
card,
day.
bro.
Yeah. And that's what I love about him. It's a wild, wild west with Nick.
I agree. I could see either scenario. And like, I was kind of going back today and looking back at last year. Last year, when we traded back, we did it early. We did it like in March. So like now we're in April. So definitely, if we trade back, it'll probably be a day of thing and kind of how the board falls, which I could definitely see. They refer to that like early second to mid to late third as like the sweet spot of the draft. And D'Amico referred to it again at the meetings about how there's a lot of good players in this draft, how they can get a lot of depth. So they could trade back and just stack up like 4 or 5 guys in that little sweet spot. Or now you have extra capital from the Larry Tunsil trades where you can now have more ammo to trade up. And so they've done both. Like the year before, their first year together, they traded up to get Will Anderson Jr. So, I mean, they've shown both ends of the spectrum where they're willing to be hyper aggressive or, be methodical and trade back. So I really don't know if I had to pick. I mean, I guess I'm kind of thinking like I'm just realizing this right now. Like, I think he might. If I had to say whether he would trade up or back, I think he might trade up. Like they're showing like this sense of urgency, hyper aggressiveness, and I feel like if I was the Texans and Casario and D'Amico, if I had the option of getting 5 or 6 average to above average guys, or like 3 bona fide studs, I would take, because the rosters, we don't need a lot of pieces. So but either way, I would be happy with it. And Gray Zabel, you mentioned him. I've been high on him since day one. I need to research a little bit more. I'm kind of coming off a little bit. I talked with Dalton Wasserman with PFF, and he kind of pointed out something to me that he is somebody who's better in the zone scheme. So he would have been great for us last year. And so we project to run more gap scheme. I still think he's a dog regardless and fits the swarm box. But, you know, I've been thinking too, like if we stay at 25, I've kind of come to this realization lately that I could definitely see them taking Tyler Booker there, man.
Or Banks. Either it's whoever's there, right? Banks, Booker. Like it all depends on who they want and who falls.
Okay, so what do you guys feel about our tight end positions? You think Dalton's gonna have a bounce back year since Nick is more of a tight end guru, or you think his days are numbered and we need to draft a guy, or K is that next man up? What do you guys think about that?
We'll let you go, Garrett. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is a tough one. Like, I think it would be nice to move on from Schultz, but it just doesn't make sense financially. Like, the only scenario, and like, if y'all haven't done it before, if you go to capandtrade.com and you click on like teams, you click on the Texans, there's like a drop down menu. You can see how much money you'll save and how much dead cap you'll have for each player, like according to different moves. And, you can cut or trade a player pre June 1st, or you can cut or trade a player post June 1st. So cutting or trading Schultz pre June 1st makes zero financial sense. It's like, I don't want to be wrong, but it's like 6 million dead cap and 1 million savings. And then, but like post June 1st, you have some flexibility. But I suspect they're kind of stuck with him. But I'm optimistic though, like listening to Kaylee talk, we talked about it last night. He is adaptable, something that Sullick wasn't. So he's going to come in, assess his room, evaluate all the players, their talents, what they're good at, what they're not good at. And rather than realizing, hey, Schultz sucks at blocking, he's not like a true inline tight end, I'm not going to make him block George Karlaftis and Chris Jones in the divisional round. I'm actually going to space him out and make him, I'm hoping, a glorified, big slot, a wide receiver. Or if I do have him block, put him in, situations where it's helpful. Same with Cade Stover. Like, hopefully he'll develop as a blocker. But I mean, what was it, week 3 against Minnesota as a rookie? We asked him to block Jonathan Grenard time and time again, and he got his lunch eaten, and we just kept doing it. Like, we just called plays without any awareness of who was where on the field. So I think with just like one awareness of like skill sets, putting players in their best position to succeed. So like Schultz, not asking him to do crazy stuff. Brevin Jordan returning. D'Amico was super positive and high on him just the other day, talking about him. I feel like we kind of forget about him. I mean, they extended him for a reason. They believe in him, and then Cade Stover, there's a jump from year 1 to year 2 for rookies. And then, like you mentioned, Crenshaw, he's a former tight ends coach. So, I mean, Bobby was never a position coach at all, so much less a tight ends coach. So I'm optimistic. I would like to add one, but if we didn't, I would still be fine.
Okay. So with Christian Harris, if we move on from him, don't we gain money from him, correct?
Yeah, so that's why I started to think that way. And Jeremy Chugs in the chat, he's talked about this as well. It's like 500,000 in dead cap and like 3+ million in savings. So it's not a lot, but like the ratio, it makes sense. And the other part of Christian Harris, and it's the same with John Mechie and Dameon Pierce, they're on the last year of their rookie deal. We see a lot of GMs on both sides of the spectrum, like either extending or moving on from a guy. They get ahead of this stuff, So if there's somebody like, if we're not going to extend Christian Harris, then you might as well trade him and get some value out of it. We did that with Kenyon Green. He had a year left, even though he was, not valuable to us. We got something out of him. So that's another factor.
Yeah, we did. We robbed the Eagles on that one, but that's just.
But I mean, I initially saw that, and like we did, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. Like, when you look at it from their perspective, they were on the other end where CJ, their trade of CJ was like us trading LT. He was due for an extension next year because he had 2 years left. And they had to pay their guys. So that was a way of them offloading and then they were probably going to cut him regardless. So they just got something in return. But I agree. Yeah, it's definitely favorable for us.
Yeah, they got something, and then all of a sudden he's going to turn into an all-pro over there on the offensive line.
Jeff Stoutland, dude. They got the best O-line coach in the league.
Yep. And then we're going to be like, see, we wasn't being patient with our guy. That's what the fans are going to say. So 1 year from now, that's what the fans are going to say. You heard it here.
Well, that's like us, like not getting Mahomes. Like, yeah, we could have got him, but he wouldn't have been what he is with Bill O'Brien. So it's like,
That's true. That's true. But it would have been good to have him, though.
Yeah, we could have ruined his career.
Yeah. Oh, man. Godly.
But yeah, on the tight end talk, like I'm on the same boat with Garrett. Like, don't put Schultz in positions to fail. Like, we know third down, he can't catch the ball. So don't put him in a third down receiving spot. He's not going to catch the ball. But that's why you got to have, like you said, Brevin Jordan. He a great receiver. Cade, and everybody said, well, Cade's rookie year was ass. It really wasn't. It was subpar, like what you expect from a rookie out of the 4th round we got him in. So for a 4th round tight end, he did good. But what people fail to realize, there's very few first-year tight ends that come in and shock the league. Sam Laporta, T.J. Hawkinson. I mean, that's the only way. Look at Kyle Pitts. He still has not produced, and he was a number 3 overall. Like, the tight ends take a longer to adjust to the pros. And Bowers is another guy who took off, but it takes another step. So the Cade Stover experiment is still cooking. Like, give it some time. But would I be mad if we traded Christian Harris or a 7th round pick to the Raiders for Mayer? Yeah, I'll take that. Or go get a guy maybe in the 5th or 6th round like Fannin. I think out of Syracuse, like that dude's a sleeper. He might not be there in the 5th, but this tight end draft is somewhat stacked. Like there's some late round tight ends that could be valuable.
Jackson Halls, dude. He's like a blocker. That's what we need. If we're gonna get one, he needs to be able to freaking block.
Exactly. And again, like you said, Garrett, tight end coach for a reason. So I'm okay with it. I think you're right about D'Amico, where he saw the game against the Chiefs where we put Shaq Mason in first game back from being injured. We put Schultz against Carl Loftus, and each time he got a sack off of him. Each time he lined up against him, got a sack 3 times.
It was like 2 or 3 times on the final drive, the biggest drive of the year. It was like
So I think you're right. I think D'Amico saw, okay, this ain't working. The same. He's not psycho because what's the definition of psychotic? It's repeating the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome. So now that he got that out of the way, it's about let's win. So I think we're in the just trust the coaching. That's all I got to say. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, what you got, Ken?
Honestly, I forgot what I was gonna say, but
Start taking notes.
yeah, but what was the question, Crenshaw? Can you repeat the question?
I forgot to.
Yeah, but
it was about tight
but
ends.
let's talk about this.
It was a joke, man. I remember, man.
I'm gonna tap in on this by Christian Harris. I will not be mad if you trade Christian Harris if it's for, like you just said, Madam Mayor, or you getting a pick, whatever the case may be. I won't be mad if we trade John Mechie. I think trading him
Damian
is better
Pierce
than
too is another
him.
one.
Who?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but Damian Pierce,
No.
like to me, Christian Harris, John Mechie, Damian Pierce, they're all on the last year of the rookie deal. Those are all guys that could be traded.
Facts, and I'll trade Damian Pierce. Yeah, like trade them to somewhere you think that they can. Of course, a team that wants them, and hopefully they can be successful with that team. It's no hard feelings, but we got things to do at the end of the day. And I like you said, Garrett, I love what D'Amico is on right now. Like he's definitely making moves that we kind of was like questioning. Like, hey man, we need to we need to get rid of Bobby mid-season, and it wasn't looking like that was going to happen. Then all of a sudden, they let him go, and it's like, okay, Miko be in business. We trade Tussle because honestly, it was time for that because Tussle was going to be due for extension, and also like he just doesn't fit the swarm mentality. Yes, he's a great tackle, but he just doesn't fit the swarm mentality. So they got rid of him. We need a guy that's swarm mentality, that's going to lead this O-line, that's going to take up for the O-line, but also challenge the O-line like, hey, let's get it together. When they're doing something wrong, you got to be on it. So that's what D'Amico wants on this offensive line. So we got rid of a lot of offensive linemen that just don't fit this swarm mentality. So it is what it is. Like I have no hard feelings no more. Like I'm where Crenshaw is at. Like if we gotta let somebody go, it is what it is. I got love for John Mechie, but sorry. Like
but that's the thing though about the D'Amico, right? Like he destroyed the narrative that we all thought. Because how many times in the chat did we say, "Oh, Bobby's not going nowhere. Bobby's not going nowhere. That's D'Amico's guy. D'Amico's too loyal."
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I suspect that like he was like, I mean, everything that he showed us led us to believe that, like through his actions, like giving guys second chances and then obviously like press conferences, you're not going to like bad talk somebody, but like that's what we have to go off of. So I mean, like you can't fault us for thinking that, and maybe he's still developing as a young head coach. He's like, all right, like this nice guy stuff ain't gonna work. Like I'm about to go rogue, bro. Like I feel like he just had a switch flip. Like he's like, I'm gonna try it this way. I gave y'all my chance, and like now I'm letting y'all know with my new actions, like I'm a different guy.
I'm kind of agree with you. I think the Chiefs game opened his eyes. Like if we, like Crenshaw said, we want to see AFC Championship game before we die. Like we got to do it now. And I think D'Amico was like, okay, there we go.
We're going next year.
Well, I hope it did open up his eyes because I mean that's what we need, man. We need a coach to come out there and say, look, man, if your ass ain't ready, you ain't on my damn team. And that's what we need, man. I mean, we could be friends in the off season, but during the season, man, it's all about business and everything. And like you said, I didn't think he was gonna, fire Bobby, but the writing's on the wall, especially after CJ at his press conference, he was sticking up for Bobby. He was doing what Watson did for Bill O'Brien. He was sticking up for him. So I'm like, oh man, he's definitely not going anywhere. Then we was just waiting, and boom, the news dropped, and everybody was victory is mine. So everybody was all crunk and everything, man.
Yeah. Man,
Victory
we was
is
lit.
mine. Yeah,
We were a Baptist church, you know, to get
yeah, man. Yeah. So,
we were eating.
yeah. So I'm like I said, I'm looking forward to who we got in right now, an offensive coordinator, because he can't do no worse than what we had from Bobby, from what's the other guy we had for Bobby?
Pep Hamilton.
Pep Hamilton, and what's the guy for Pep Hamilton?
Was it Tim Kelly?
Tim Kelly.
Yes, Tim Kelly. So he can't be no worse than those guys right there. So I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I can't wait to OTAs. I just want to see some type of film on these guys, and
Yeah.
formations and everything. I just can't wait because I'm excited right now, man. They're giving me something, to be excited for in the season and everything. So what you got?
And the thing too is like we get it when you talk about something you gotta say the right things. But like I was telling Brandon on his show last night, Bobby said some good things when he got hired on, but you also could see it was the 49ers. Like you can see what he was saying, what a 49er coach would say. With Nick, it's Nick. Like he said, nah, man, we're not doing it the Patriots way. We're not doing it the Rams way. We're doing it the Houston way. And yes, that's what he's supposed to say. But if you go back and really watch the conferences with Bobby, he didn't say stuff like that. He said stuff that a Niners coach, like the whole the offense or the defenses don't adjust in halftime. Like what? Have you watched a football game ever? Like you are stupid if you believe that. Like you should quit the NFL and get money from the state of Texas because that's not it. That's terrible.
What's crazy about him is like it's so ironic. Like if you were to like not know anything about him, like if you just watch, like listen to his words and like watch the way he coached, like you would assume that he was this prototypical 70-year-old stuck in his ways old head coach. Like I'm gonna line up and run my thing no matter what the other team does. Where he's supposed to be like this young, innovative coach who's supposed to adapt. So like it was kind of ironic in that sense. And I see someone in the chat saying too, like, of course we're gonna fire him. Like, no, dude, like I was surprised as hell. I mean, there were plenty of reasons. I mean, I prepared myself. Maybe it was like a coping mechanism, but like I prepared myself for Bobby to come back for year 3. And like honestly, there would have been an argument to do so, even though I didn't want it to happen. I mean, you still went to the playoffs your first 2 years in a row. The first year was great. I mean, CJ Stroud won Rookie of the Year. So I mean, they could have made a case to do it. Like that was not an easy decision. And then you throw in the fact that D'Amico is like boys with him, like they've come up in the league together. So like that was not an easy decision. So like as soon as that happened, like my light bulb went off and I said, who's next? And shit, look where we are now. It's 3 or 4 guys that's been next. So like he has flipped the switch, man.
It's just crazy how he kind of made it seem like, and who knows if this is truth or not, but he made it seem like him picking Bobby was a rush. And then we all be like, dang, well then why the heck you ain't get Cliff Kingsbury? Like why you didn't, you know what I'm saying? But I hope that was the case. It is what it is. I'm glad he moved on after the 2 years experiment because he knows like, hey, we gotta win now. We have to. Especially
if you believe all the articles that are coming out about Bobby and CJ, like the argument, the pre-draft argument, the arguments in the locker room and practice, whatever, about them getting in each other's face. Like if you believe in that, then he needs to go because CJ's coming in his 3rd year. He needs somebody to have his back, and that's the same reason why I'm glad we got rid of Kenyon Green and Larry Tunsil. Because how many times we see them when CJ Stroud get hit, late hit, or out of bounds, and they're back there with their hands on the hips. Nah, man, I want somebody to go throwing some blows for my QB.
Exactly.
Like, especially if you have that C on your chest. If you have the C on that chest,
yeah,
you got to be the first one to throw an elbow. I want the same energy on my offensive line that as these outside here is doing on the defense. Okay, is it a little dirty? Okay, like we said, if you're not Houston, what? Fuck them. That's the mentality we should have.
It's football, though, man. It's football. That's what people would like be forgetting. This is football. Like back, I don't know if everybody else played football. I don't know if everybody played football, but back in Little League, them one-on-ones, like we going for each other heads. Like it's all about being physical. So
Put your
it's easy.
hands
I
to his
don't think
chest.
it's easy as a dirty player at all. And you want your whole line to be like that. Like
Yeah, we were taught. You're probably right. You were taught what? Put your hands through his chest. You're blocking somebody. Put your hands through his chest. That's what. No love for no one.
Play ain't over to the whistle blown. We ain't got time for them little half stepping like nah, bro. And that I'm sorry, but that's what Laramie was on. And Laramie could really be better than what he is, I feel like, if he really took it more serious. That's how I feel like. He's a great tackle. But he can be better if he had more dog in him. Like if
The
he
problem, the
just
problem
more
too
than he
is like D'Amico inherited him. Like, could you imagine? That's a tough deal. Like, hey, you got this All Pro or not all Pro Bowl left tackle, and like he's good, and he's but he doesn't fit your swarm culture. So it's like you can't just get rid of it like that. That was another tough decision. So I
Yeah.
mean,
What was it? The Vikings game? What did the Vikings game when he
yeah.
like, I did my job. It's somebody. It was everybody else's fault. Like, come on, bro. That you're not talking like a captain there.
Yeah. He changed his tone now, though, because you trying to get that extension. He said, I apologize, yo. That was unacceptable. Or the penalties. Like, bro, come on, dog. But hey, I ain't knocking him. Go to get your paper, bro. But yeah, he just.
I go back to Nick Casario and 2 years ago with this makeshift line. What was that linebacker for the Broncos? Singleton? When he got into
Yeah.
somebody's face, who was there?
Yeah.
The whole offensive line. Not once did we see that last year. Not once did we see. Oh, I'm sorry. The white boy, the Patterson. Patterson got in it with the Chiefs players, but nobody else. Not
And
once.
fellas, I got to run. I got my show coming on at 9. I got Reggie. I'm not sure how long y'all are going, but if y'all want to come tune in afterwards, feel free to do so. Sorry to cut you off, Matt.
Oh, it's all good, man. Thanks for coming through, man. Keep it blessing, man.
Yeah, I'll have to come
Everybody
back on again soon.
Tell everybody where they can find you, what you got cooking. That way we can support you.
Yeah, Texans commenter on X and TikTok and YouTube, and then on Instagram and Facebook, it's at Houston Stressins. I have my website, HoustonStressins.com, free newsletter, articles, videos, merch, all that good stuff. And then Kenna, we'll have to get you on. I know you couldn't make it yesterday, but the Tuesdays I'm doing like a content creator spotlight where basically it's like 15-minute one-on-one interview. So I'll have to shoot you a DM and coordinate a time for you to come on, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'm down. I'm down for next week.
Yeah, yesterday was fun, man. Like, I obviously know you guys and interacted, but like, it was cool to kind of, get to know you a little better. And I really enjoyed it yesterday, man, and got a lot of good feedback. So that was cool.
Yes, sir. Part of the fam. So anytime you want to come on, you got open spot, brother.
I appreciate that.
Peace.
All right, y'all take it easy. We blessing.
All right. Yes, sir.
All right, that was Houston Stressings right there. Thank you for coming on, giving us your insights and everything. Gonna keep it rolling for a little bit longer, or we could cut it right now. It's up to you guys. If you guys,
we can keep going.
Well, what you got?
You know you.
Anything that you got though, because like some that we haven't touched on, or something that you've seen or read. Okay, I got one. So, what you guys feel about those images that came out on the stadium?
Bro, I think that would be like a dream come true in a way. You know what I mean? Like, bro, there's no way this is gonna happen. Type stuff. Like, if it happened, I would be shook. That just seems like a dream. Now, will that dream come true? We don't know. But me personally, that design is very, very beautiful. Like, that'd be dope. But would that be off of 610 where it's at right now? I don't know. I don't see it happening. Like you said, Crenshaw, I think it'll be more traffic.
It will.
And accidents happening.
It will, because everyone's gonna look at the screen and like, oh wow. Because like I say, man, I've been in Vegas and the Raiders got the exact same shit, and it's clusterfuck, man. Everybody keep looking at the screen. I don't think it's a good idea. If you're gonna do that, you put the screen on the stadium ground, not on the actual stadium, so people can't see it from the freeway because it's so close to the freeway and everything. And then the way it looked like that, they're gonna renovate the stadium while it's still standing. So now you're talking about shit 3, 4, 5 years because it's gonna take a long time because you guys still do the
Yeah.
inside as well, and
Radio,
you only could do the inside during the off season.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it's gonna take a while for them to do that. I still don't understand why they don't do something with the Astrodome.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They should do something in Astrodome, especially for like the Roughnecks, and just make it like a family. You know, I mean, like not just combine it. You know, get a WNBA, use it there. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
Man.
all kinds of stuff.
dude. I mean, man, like the Astrodome could have been so much shit. It could have been a big ass tailgate. It could have
I,
been
I was about to say,
it could have been a hotel, a carnival, lounges, everything. It could have been all that shit right there. They really dropped the ball on that. It could have been a live ass place, and then just festive with rats in that motherfucker. That's all it's got right there,
Yeah.
man. They fucked that whole thing up, man. If you want to go tear it down, you should have made it something real lit for the fans, man. Just think about that. You could actual like they have a spot in there where you could pull your car or your RV in there and tailgate inside the Astrodome as well. So you got the tailgate on the outside, but you could tailgate inside. That's some pimping shit because people like shit. I'm tailgating inside the Astrodome. They fucked that up, man. They should have made it
well, not,
right
Yeah.
like
not
that.
just that though. Look at like I think it was either you or Garrett last night. Make it where like the Cowboys, a standing room only. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
Garrett.
yeah, like make the Astrodome, a standing room type thing, like a VIP party. You know what I mean? That's where you get people there. And then when it's game time, 20, 30 minutes before game time, shut that shit off, get your ass in the stadium, sit down. That way we quit being late. Like,
Something.
Yeah.
the pictures are cool, but it's what they're going to do after they do that. Like, are they going to do something to bring people in? Are they going to do like Crenshaw said, a VIP
Happy
area,
hour,
a
happy hour.
DJ happy hour, like somebody get crunk inside, so that way it gets people from outside getting crunk. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you
They
got
might
the same energy.
Yeah, they might need like get someone really famous to either be there at every game or they just show his or her picture. Like I'm gonna go back to Atlanta. Atlanta, they use Samuel L. Jackson at every game. He like, get your asses in here and get loud. Dirty Bird, stand up. And the motherfuckers be in there. So we
Hmm.
might need to get someone, like that to do that for the Texans, man. Because I mean, I know this says traffic, blah, 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 but we ain't the only team that deal with traffic. What about the places that's smaller, like Green Bay? Green
Air,
Bay,
airhead,
Green Bay, Arrowhead, yeah, Arrowhead. It's on like on the outskirts, right? It's on like on the
yeah,
outskirts of it, and they got the baseball field in the same parking lot, but those guys get there on time.
yeah.
Green
Well,
Bay is small as hell. They get there on time. New Orleans, oh my God, the traffic in New Orleans is crazy because with the way the stadium's set, they get there on time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But when it comes to the Texans, we can't get there on time. But let it be the rodeo. Let it be the rodeo. Everyone's there on time with the rodeo.
yeah.
But when it comes to the Texans game, they're not there on time. And I just don't understand that. So I just
No,
don't get it.
I agree with you. Like, get as much as I hate to say this, but get Beyonce involved with it.
Well, she ain't that ain't her. That
That's too expensive.
she ain't gonna do that right there.
Well,
They can't afford her.
you got a working relationship with 50. Get 50 involved. He's deep down inside. He's a Texans fan.
I
Get
mean,
50 involved.
they didn't got 50 involved a lot, but it's still not helping. It's still not
Yeah.
helping. You gotta. I mean, it need to be some incentives like this. Um, 100 fans every game win different prizes. Lottery contestants got lottery tickets. You win tickets to away games. Just do all type of incentives to get there. Like, hey, well, shit, I want to be the first 100, so I'm gonna get there on time. Shit like that.
Or
They
what
need
they do concerts and stuff.
Yeah, man,
Your
do
concert.
something. I
Right.
just I just don't understand. Like I was telling Stressings last night. It doesn't make sense. Not just the Texans, the Rockets. Rockets number 2 seed, motherfuckers not at the game. The Astros, when they was fucking winning 100 games a year, motherfuckers not at the game. I don't understand why Houston fans can't fucking show up to games. You can't say we spoil because the Rockets ain't won since the 90s. Astros won recently, and the Texans ain't won shit. So we ain't fucking
Yeah.
spoil. And then you got teams that has been winning, like you said, Kansas City, New England, but the motherfuckers show up. Hell,
No,
New England,
everybody's want to say that the Chiefs fans are filled because they won Super Bowls.
Man,
Man,
them motherfuckers been there.
been there since
They been there.
yeah, it's been
Dante Hall and every damn thing, man. They
yeah.
fucking been there forever, man. You
Yeah,
know.
they were the Texans fans before the Texans fans. Like
Yeah,
yeah.
man. So I just
Uh,
don't understand it, man.
you just missed him. He jumped off to go
Yeah,
on
he's on his
on
own
his
show.
show. So you missed him barely.
So, but yeah, man, we'll see what happens from now. We'll see what happens from now. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, same thing. I hope they do show up for U of A in San Antonio because you know Duke gonna be there. Duke, them
Yeah,
fans gonna travel. They gonna be deep in there. You'll see all the blue up in there. So
I
let's
low
see what
key want to pull up.
man. You know,
I low
you and
key
me
want to
both.
pull up.
You and me both, man. It's gonna be a nice atmosphere. I mean, like I say, it's a home crowd. You know, for U of H, man. You know,
See, that's the bad thing though too. Like for everybody's like, well, teams just travel well, especially with Duke. They're bandwagon fans. Like Duke is always going to have fans everywhere because they always be winning.
oh yeah,
Hmm.
oh
So
yeah.
that's just not an excuse. Show up, quit selling your tickets, and be there on time.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's time. It's time to change that, and hopefully we could change that this year with with like I say, getting butts and seats and having a more of a home field advantage because I feel like I'll be at the home games. I feel like it's not a home field advantage, bro. I feel like it's like we be loud, but we don't be as loud as we could be, as we should be as fans and everything. But hopefully it change. What else you guys got?
Yeah.
Man, Fatita, I need you to bring the WNBA back, bro. I don't know what's been going on, but seeming like he's not trying to do it no more. And I'm getting a little discouraged. I
Okay.
shall say.
Now, if fans not showing up for the Rockets, they
That's
damn
the
sure ain't
crazy
showing
thing.
up
Yeah,
for WNBA.
yeah.
They
I
they they
agree.
they're not gonna be that. Now, I know they're talking about hockey. I don't know how many hockey fans do we have in Houston. People are like, oh yeah, bring hockey, but how many hockey fans we have in Houston? Now I'm going back my heyday. I'm going back to the Houston Aeros. I don't remember a lot of people at the Houston Aeros game.
I used to go there. It was lit. It was pretty cool.
It was
But
and it was affordable too.
yeah, tickets are like $3 to get in. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's not going to be the same case. I agree with you, but I didn't think the Seattle Krakens would have a fan base. I mean, who in the hell is going to like hockey in Seattle? They don't even have a basketball team. But now, I mean,
Well, I mean that's the thing. That's the thing. All they have out there now, well, they got football and then they got baseball. So any type of professional sport, they're gonna grab on to it. You know what I'm saying? Like we in a city that has damn near every professional sport but hockey. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, we got everything. What's the girls league called that we have here? The girls league. We got a girls
Oh,
league.
dang it.
WLS.
Yeah, see,
You
like we
talking
even
about the soccer team?
Yeah.
the soccer team. Yeah, like we even have that right there. Not all cities have that, so we have damn near everything but hockey. So we just got so much to do and so much going on. But yeah, the dash.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure.
Yes, the dash. So, like I say, I just hope that it can change, man, because it's very sad, especially when other fans be trolling like, "Damn, man, how y'all win the division, but you motherfuckers can't show up." I'm like, "Hey, man, we trying, bro. You say that every year, so I don't know what else to say now. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else to
Yeah,
say."
But the good thing too, though, I would say this: when it really time to show up matter, like the playoff games, we do show up. So I will say that we do show up for games that matter.
Because
But
that's a win. That's
if
a
you
win
need
to go home. That's a
I
win to
know,
go home, though. You know
I
what I'm
know,
saying?
I get
So,
it.
that's potentially the last game of the season. You're gonna see your team again for another 7, 8 months. So yeah, they gonna show up and show out, but throughout the season, they didn't do
Be
the same
consistent.
thing.
Be
Yeah, be
consistent.
consistent. Yeah,
Maybe
be,
maybe we wouldn't have to be a go win and go home. Like maybe we can have a bye week.
I
Like
hope
maybe
so.
we
the
would love that.
yeah, who wouldn't, right? Like
Yeah, we love that.
That
yeah,
I think that's the only way we could get to the promised land if we do have a bye week. We have like all the games come here, man. We never had that in history. Even that year. Like, how the fuck you start 12-1 and don't get a bye? That's fucking crazy. That
Yeah,
year still fucked my head up right there. You start 12-1 and don't get it, or 11-1. One of those 11-1, 12-1. They started off and then get a fucking bye. That's crazy. But I don't know, man. Just like I said, I just hope for the best and be there rocking and rolling and then not only build a home crowd, build a away crowd too. I wanna be at opposing teams with the traveling Texans. We deep in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I wanna be like how them teams show up at our stadium. Like every year, the motherfuckers be deep here, but then when you watch a Texans game on the road, like damn, you see about 4, 5 fans in that motherfucker. Can we get 4, 500 in that motherfucker?
I will say both games up here in Kansas City, Texans fans did show up. So I mean, I do appreciate that.
That's good. That's good right there.
But
That last time for the playoffs, shit, they had to beg and plead to get the motherfucking bus up there. I'm like, "Golly, the team should provide buses for the fucking fans." Like,
like the last game in Tennessee when they were wearing the Oil Blue colors,
mhm.
like that should be that's the time Texans fans need to travel. That's the time Texans fans need to go to enemy territory and
And
say,
they went and got rained out.
you know what I
But
mean? Like,
yeah, yeah, man, show up, man. Show up, man. Get loud, man. Like when the Saints came here a couple years ago, the Saints was deep in our NRG. They was deep, man. I mean, they was
Man,
deep.
the Bills was deep.
Bills was
Bills,
deep.
Steelers,
The Eagles was deep. When we played the
Chargers.
Eagles, man, like,
right, when we played the Eagles a couple years back, yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, like I said,
The time we repped the new red helmet too, and the Eagles outshowed us.
yeah, and then we can't say that a young team anymore, man. We've been here 20 years now, man. We've been here long enough to have a fan base more outside of Houston and surrounding areas, man. You know what I'm saying? But I
Hey,
know,
we get to that Super Bowl. We gonna get more
We
fans.
just gotta get past the first round.
We just gotta get we got yeah. No, I think we gotta get to the Super Bowl.
I think if we can finally beat the record of 0-6 of making it past
Original.
the first round, I think we start getting more people. I think if CJ Stroud can show more, I think CJ Stroud's our ticket. The dude is amazing off the field, on the field. He just got to keep going. So,
man, you know what? I think the way our fans going, they might be late at the Super Bowl if we get there. They go like, "What the Texans fans at?" Oh, they'll be the second quarter at the Super Bowl. So that's crazy. But anything else?
nah, fellas, I think that's it for me.
Yeah,
At least.
that's it.
Okay, that's it. All right. Well, Kenneth, why don't you tell the
Oh,
folks?
hold on.
He got
Oh,
something else.
Crenshaw.
What's up? Talk to me.
Talk about Matthew Golden, man. Talk about the situation about the man. You feel like he's being thirsty.
Oh, he's been thirsty, man. I mean, this man like so many Texans pictures and photos. He's in the DM saying draft me and
He didn't do
everything.
that. Come
He's
on, bro.
man, I guarantee you he's in their DM saying
Bro.
draft me. I mean, I get it. You want to stay home, you want some home cooking and everything, but man, we didn't cross that road already, man. I don't want that shit here, man.
He ain't got nothing to do with Tank though, bro.
Same shit, man. Same
No,
college.
it ain't. No, it ain't, bro.
Same
You
college.
can't compare them two.
You got shit. Might as well. Might as well.
Why? Because they both went to U of H.
Both with the U of H. They damn near play alike. If you watch the film, they damn near play alike. You know what I'm saying? Both little motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? He a little bigger pause.
Matthew is bigger.
As I said, a
than
little
Tank Dell.
bigger pause. You know what I'm saying? But not
Pause,
that
but
much bigger.
This Tank Dell, bro. Come on now. Tank Dell is this
Hey,
skinny, bro.
I'm just saying, man. But
I don't think Matthew that skinny, bro.
I mean, it just I don't know. Like I said, I get it. He want to play here. He probably be a Texans fan. That probably be his team.
He is.
That he grew up on. Yeah, he grew up on the team because I think I don't know how old he is or whatever. 'Cause the team might be older than him, so he grew up a Texans fan. I get it or whatever, but bruh, we'll be okay without you.
Man, I'm welcome, dog. Come on home, man. And one thing for sure, Tank Dell not from Houston.
Yeah, Florida.
Matthew Golden is, so it's a difference.
And it ain't no difference because just because you from the H don't mean you're gonna play good. I feel like when you from the H, you got more peer pressure on you because you have everybody. Hey man, I need to be at the
It
game.
depends who
I need to
that
be at the
person
game.
is,
But
though.
that's how it's been. What player that we drafted from Houston has played good as a Texan? It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
We haven't drafted that many people though from Houston.
Charles Omenihu was good, but we never really gave him a chance.
Never gave him a chance. Okay, so who we got? We got Petrie. We got
Petrie.
we
Don't
got
even say Kenyon Green.
we got Kenyon Green. Huh?
Petrie's not from Houston, though.
Yeah, he's from Houston.
He's from Stafford. He's from Houston.
That's Houston, like Andrew Luck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, Kenyon Green. You say Charles Petrie. I don't know who else we have. That's from Houston.
I can't think of anybody else, but that's the thing, bro. It's not like it's a common thing. And who knows what? We don't know this man's personality. He seems like he's a good kid. So
what's that defensive tackle that came from Rice? Earl Mitchell.
Oh, no. You talking about Covington?
Well, yeah, he did too, but Earl Mitchell, he's from the he came from
okay.
Rice.
Okay.
Maybe so I could be wrong. Maybe he just played it right.
Oh man, okay. So Hewitt is from Houston too.
Ball dot.
Special team.
Hey, he was a baller on special teams, man. Look, this is what I gotta say, bro. If I understand, it's certain players that you like, dang, I don't want you here because you're not going to be successful if you come back home. I don't think Matthew Golden is that type of player that he will come home and be distracted. Like, he might be locked in, bro. He probably a locked in kid that keep his nose down and, you know what I'm saying, keep his head down and just grind. Tank Dell on the other end, like, of course, that's the type of player that you might be like, if he was, let's say, if he was been playing in Florida, you know what I'm saying, with the Jaguars or whoever, Tampa Bay, who knows how he would have, you know what I'm saying, been out there because, you know, he liked to party. You know what I'm saying? He been doing these little blind date stuff. You know what I'm saying? I understand he injured, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? He trying to keep his head off of football, I guess, and try to be in a happy place. But I don't know, man. I don't think Matthew Golden gonna be the type of player that if we draft him and he gonna come here and not be successful. I don't think that'll happen. But hey, we shall see. It's a lot of guys though from here that we didn't draft. Honestly, it's a lot of guys.
Vince Young,
you know what I'm saying? Vince Young, and even like some of my homies, like Peyton Turner, my other homie Jordan Elliott. Like these guys, they went to the Saints, went to the Browns. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of guys, and there's more guys. The guy that went to the Jags. I think I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he went to North Shore. It's a lot of guys in the league that's from Houston. That's
okay. Let me see. So Danielle Hunter, Houston. Jerry Hughes.
Didn't draft him.
I know we didn't draft him. I'm talking about that's been on the team. Where we had Steven Sims, Jerry Hughes, Houston. So out of all those guys, Danielle Hunter on the one's been good. But you know.
Jerry came in with older, bro. Like, come on now.
Yeah. We drafted Foreman from Houston. He was ass.
Oh yeah, I forgot. But no, that was a
he didn't give him a chance either. He was kind of like Charles Omenihu. We didn't.
Well, yeah. Once he got injured, he ain't been the same.
Well, and he got caught smoking weed. If we didn't have what's that the preacher's name? Oh man, the one that ran off D-Hop, the preacher.
Dang it.
That guy. I know you're talking about.
I don't forgot dude's name.
Yeah, that dude. If we didn't have him, we probably gave him another chance.
Used to be something like that.
Yeah. But yeah. We just
man. I don't know. Hey, Matthew Golden, bro, you come in, bro. I'm not getting a jersey. I'll take that back. I was gonna say that, but I'm gonna get a T-shirt, bro. I'm gonna definitely show.
You know what? You know, if we draft Matthew Golden, I get you a jersey, brother.
All right, that's a bet.
I got you.
And number 2 gonna be nice. I ain't gonna lie.
It's gonna be one of my jerseys. I ain't, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Better quality for sure. So
yeah. But yeah, man. Hey, at the end of the day, like you said, Matt, best player available. I'm not tripping on it. I just can't wait. I can't wait to see who we drafting. That's all it is. I can't wait to see which one of these players gonna be on our team and what weapons we're gonna get. I can't wait for that. It's an exciting time every year. You know what I'm saying? Last year we weren't too excited because we traded back, but at the same time, them guys we got as far as Kamari and Kalen Fisher, he did pretty good. But the guys we got was definitely contribute to this team.
I'd agree with Garrett, man. I was getting vibes of the 2-year draft ago where Nick made some splashes. So I'm excited. I think like I said, I think we're hungry, man.
Yeah.
We gotta be. So I think be ready. Just be ready. I think everybody that's hating on the Texans offseason is gonna eat crow come this draft.
Yes, sir. I can see it. Let's get it, man. We almost there. A couple of more weeks.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's almost there. Draft day is the day after they're going to be the legendary Kendrick Lamar concert in Houston, Texas. That's the day. It's the very next day. So that's the Texas.
It's the 24th?
No, it's the draft is the third Thursday, right? It's Thursday,
the
Friday, right?
24th?
Yep. The concert the 23rd, draft the 24th. So that's the day that Texas T gonna be hiding that day.
So what you're saying is no episode on the 23rd.
Definitely not for me because I'll be at the concert.
Yeah, my wife keep asking me if I want to go. I'm just like, it's cool.
Yeah,
we're gonna go to see Chris Brown.
Oh man,
we're gonna go see Chris Brown in September.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll be at the concert.
Seeing Paul Wall.
Definitely trolling on the 18th.
Yeah.
This month.
Yep. That's my Easter present for Easter.
Yeah. but yeah, man. So other than that, man, Ken, tell the folks where they can find you at, man. Let them hear you out, man.
Yes, y'all can follow me on YouTube and Twitter at Hear Ken Out. Been dropping some content, mostly about boxing, but different types of content. We drop all kinds of stuff, just sports overall, and also music and all that type of stuff. So y'all go give your boy a follow and stay tuned.
Stay tuned, and Matt, tell the folks where they can find you at.
Yeah, man, we got something cooking for sure. Cooking with Chef Briggs is coming back to the table, especially with Texans here, Ken Out, Crenshaw's contentions, Honcho's hunches, and Tea Time with Texans Tea. So make sure y'all check us out. But yeah, you can find me at A1 Day One Texans, where I'll always be supporting the show, kind of keeping it low on my profile. But let's go. Let's keep it blessed.
Let's keep it blessing. Yeah, man. And y'all can find me at 5th Ward Crenshaw everywhere. That's how we doing it. Like I say, we dropping gems. We coming with the thunder. And you can follow the other guys at Honcho TV and Texas T. They on real CP time, but it's all good. They hear in spirit and everything. But until next week, ladies and gentlemen, we out. Peace.
I'ma calm down. Won't chop it up. There's an H-Town anthem, so we gotta slow it up.
This the best podcast known to man. We been raw. You heard it here first from Keno and 5th Ward Crenshaw.